Hello guys, welcome to Cryptoverse channel. It's nice having you around again. If you are a new viewer, please kindly subscribe to our channel so you get notified whenever we have new videos. Today I'll be walking us through what an ICO is, how does ICO work, who can launch an ICO, the differences between an ICO and an IPO, then the procedures to get the best initial coin offerings. What is an ICO? An ICO is a replica of an IPO in stocks. A company seeking to raise money to create a new token can launch an ICO as a way to raise funds. The primary aim of initial coin offering is to raise funds, because the company or the project does not have the financial capacity to launch into the market. So all they need is investors that will come and put in money and that will trust the project, that will trust the process, and invest in the ICO. Interested investors can buy into an ICO to receive a new crypto token issued by the company. These tokens may have some utility related to the project or services, and it may just represent a stake in the project. Now, the fact that you buy an ICO does not mean the ICO or the coin or the token has a use case. Not all tokens really have a use case. Some don't have use case, while others have use cases. So ICO is just a way of raising money, raising funds to push the token. The idea of ICO is to allow investors to have early access to a cheaper price of the token. Take for example, some persons bought Mina. There's a particular coin Mina at 25 cents during ICO, and Mina is trading for around $2.7 now. So the main aim of ICO is for investors to buy cheaper and get in early into any project. And every project has a white paper. A white paper is just like a roadmap of what the project is all about, what they want to do, and their tokenomics. How does it work? How does ICO work? We have the static supply and a static price. A company can set a specific funding goal or limit, which means that each token sold in the ICO has a preset price, and the total token supply is fixed. So what this means is that a particular company or project can set a specific funding goal limit. Like they can say, okay, they need just $10 million, for example. So, and we are selling the token at $1. So what that means is that the total supply of that particular coin or token is 10 million token. If depending on what they want, if they are selling 100% of the coins, that means the total supply for that coin is 10 million. That's what it means. Then we also have the static supply and the dynamic price. An ICO can have a static supply of tokens and a dynamic funding. This means that the amount of funds received in the ICO determines the overall price per token. So the total amount received during the ICO determines the price of the coin. The price of the coin is not determined yet until the ICO has ended. Now, who can launch an ICO? Anyone can launch an ICO. That's the sorry part about ICO. That in as much you have access to the proper tech, you can launch an ICO. It is not regulated. And this lack of regulation also means that someone might do whatever it takes to make you believe that they have a legitimate ICO and rip you off your hard-earned money. So an ICO is one of the easiest way to set up a scam. So I would advise you do your own research before buying into any project. It's very, very important so that you don't lose your money. Then we'll talk about the differences between IPO and ICOs. And the major difference is that in IPOs, you own a stake of that particular company. But when it comes to ICO, you don't own a stake. You just own a coin. Not That does not mean you're a stakeholder of that particular project. You're just owning a coin of that project. Now, then another major difference is that IPOs are regulated by SEC. So it's regulated by the government and it's at least to a large extent safe compared to ICOs. ICOs are not regulated. That's why every Tom, Dick, and Harry can just launch an ICO and just do away with people's money, which is far, far more risky. This leads us to procedures to get to the best ICOs. Now, first and foremost, it's important to do your own research. That's the acronym to DYOR. And I basically use a website called ICO Drops. Let me show you ICO Drops. Yeah, I'll walk you through to icodrops.com. Now, ICO Drops, when you come to ICO Drops, you have the active section, active ICOs that are presently going on. You have the upcoming ones, and we have those ones that have ended. So take for example, let me walk you use an ICO that has ended, Mina. There's a particular one, Mina, that are part 2. Now, when you search for a particular ICO, now you check the interest of ICO Drops. If their interest is very high, that means the protocol or the coin will do very well. So when I see very high, I try as much as possible to hold a good bag of that coin, of that ICO, because I am sure at least I will see 500x, 500% of my money, which is like times 5 of my money. So that's what I do. So when you see interest and you see it's rated very high, it's a good one. If it's rated high too, it's also a good one. Even some might not be rated, but we still do well. So all you just have to do is just to do your own research. When you click on the token, there's always a YouTube video explaining what's it all about. So you view it. It's a blockchain on its own. Mina is a blockchain on its own. So you go through the video.
Legacy blockchains are facing a problem.
Check their website.
As a chain grows, the amount of people who can directly participate.
You check their website. You do your research. Check their community. Read about the project. Check their community, how active the community is. Join their Twitter. Join their Discord server. Join their Telegram. Join their Facebook. Ask questions. When you get into this community, ask questions. Read their white paper. Look at their white paper here. You can download their white paper so you can know what it's all about. Their plans, their economics, their tokenomics, how many coins are in circulation, their what they want to achieve, and their timeline for each achievement, and all the nomenclature, everything. You get to understand more about the project, about what you are putting your money into. Is very, very important. Now look at this particular one. Now this particular one was rated very high, and it did times 10. It's presently doing times 10 from the ICO price. It's doing times 7, and it's doing times 15 from the ICO price at the current market price. Now this coin was sold for 25 cents. You can see it here, and it's now presently at 2.6. So that's a good one, like times 10 of your money. Imagine you invested $1,000 during the ICO. That was what the ICO was done April 13, and now it's presently at $1,000 is now $10,000, which is very good money. So that's how to really do your research. You follow their trends, follow their Twitter, make sure you confirm that. Another thing you should always check is let's go to their social media link, their Twitter. You check when they created the Twitter account. This ICO was so